Here we will see lexical structure of Python. The lexical structure of any programming language is the set of basic rules that governs how you write programs in that language. It is the lowest level syntax of the language and specifies such things as what variable names look like, what characters are used for comments, and how program statements are separated from each other. Python source file, like any other text file, is a sequence of characters. You can consider it as a sequence of lines, tokens, or statements. These different lexical views complement and reinforce each other. Python is very particular about program layout, especially with regards of lines and indentation. First is line structure. A Python program is divided into number of logical lines, each made up of one or more physical lines. Next is indentation. Python uses indentation to express the block of structure of a program. Unlike other languages, Python does not use curly brackets or begin or end delimiters around block of statement. Indentation is the only way to indicate such blocks. All statements in a block must have the same indentation. Python's style is to use 4 spaces per indentation level. Comments are used by humans to clarify the source code. All comments in the Python languages follow the hash character. Tokens. Python breaks each logical line into a sequence of elementary lexical components known as tokens. Each token corresponds to a substring of a logical line. The normal token types are identifiers, keywords, operators, delimiters, and literals. You can use white spaces between tokens to separate them. Some white space separation is necessary between logically adjacent identifiers or keywords. Otherwise, Python would parse them as a single longer identifier. For example, if x is a single identifier, to write the keyword if followed by the identifier x, you need to insert some white spaces. An identifier is a name used to identify a variable, function, class, module, or other object. There are some reserved classes for identifiers. Certain classes of identifiers, besides keywords, have special meanings. These classes are identified by the patterns of leading and trailing underscore characters. A variable is an identifier which holds a value. In programming, we assign a value to a variable. Next is Python variable. A variable is an identifier which holds a value. In programming, we can assign a value to a variable. Operators. Python uses non-alphanumeric characters and character combinations as operators. Python recognizes the following operators: plus, minus, multiplication, division, etc. A literal is any notation for representing a value in Python's source code. Literals are notations for constant values of some built-in types. Technically, a literal is assigned a value at compile time, while variable is assigned at runtime. There are 2 types of literals: string literals and numeric literals. Keyword is a reserved word in Python programming language. Keywords are used to perform specific tasks in computer program. For example, and, global, not, with, etc. Next is delimiters. Python uses the following characters and combinations as delimiters in expressions, list, dictionary, and set literals, and various statements among other purposes. Bracket, square bracket, curly bracket, comma. These are the different delimiters.